Those of us lucky enough to live here in Tampa Bay get to enjoy all the things that this unique environment provides us. We fish, swim, snorkel, and boat in it. We drive over it and by it as we go about our days. Over 3.2 million residents share Tampa Bay with 25 million visitors each year. But how much do locals really know about the Bay?
Yeah, I have no environmental experience except this.
I have no idea what estuary is.
An estuary, I've heard the term before, but I am not completely familiar with how to define it.
People are gonna be like, this girl don't even know what an estuary is. What's she doing out here? Like, why is she out? They're like, how's she made it her whole life? She's 42, she don't even know what an estuary is. Golly.
That's the thing about living a whole life surrounded by beautiful waterways, abundant wildlife, and tons of opportunities to get outside. It can be easy to forget how important this big body of water is in our daily lives. On top of that, many people who look like me still don't see themselves as part of the environment. Whether that's because we don't see enough Black leaders in environmental protection, or we're just not sure about how to help, there simply isn't enough diversity in conservation. I think we can change that.
My name is Keisha Graham and I live in Clearwater, Florida.
My name is Shantae James and I live in Tampa Heights.
I'm 16 and I'm in high school right now.
I am 13 and I'm in middle school.
My name is Rhonda Bartholomew. I live in Tampa, Florida.
My name is Richard Brathwaite. I live in Tampa, the Progress Village area.
I'm Dr. Hillary Van Dyke. I'm a professor, I'm an auntie, I'm a traveler, I'm a nature lover, and this project was my brainchild. The Hillsborough, Alafaya, Manatee, and Little Manatee rivers bring fresh water into Tampa Bay where it mixes with salty water from the Gulf of Mexico. This mix of water sources creates a unique and pretty cool habitat called an estuary. Tampa Bay is one of the largest estuaries in the southeast U.S. Now we know that this body of water is where the rivers meet the sea, but why does that matter? Well, even Congress recognized how important Tampa Bay is by designating it as an estuary of national significance back in 1991. And a recent report discovered that the estuary supports $32 billion in total economic output each year.
Habitat loss is when habitats are kind of dwindling away, and so it's important that we keep the animals around that are making the habitats healthy and making them thrive and survive.
Habitats like oyster reefs, salt marshes, mangroves, and wetlands act as natural buffer zones along the coast. These green spaces absorb rain in a way that concrete cannot, which helps mitigate flooding in our neighborhoods and filters out nutrient pollution from stormwater before it reaches the bay. Natural shoreline habitats absorb wave energy to prevent erosion as sea levels rise and storms become stronger and more unpredictable due to climate change. The plants and sediments in these habitats even absorb and store carbon, which slows down the heating of our atmosphere from climate change. These natural defenses are absolutely essential for our ecosystem and for us.
I definitely feel like I have a role. Being aware of things that are going on in our communities and the habitats around us, it's our responsibility to make sure that those habitats are taken care of.
I think if people knew that it was just as easy as showing up, then they would do it more.
My organization, Invincible Summer Enterprises, brought people together for a habitat restoration project. The project was supported by the Tampa Bay Estuary Program, Oyster River Ecology Incorporated, and Pinellas County staff. Volunteers came together to build structures called oyster volcanoes and vertical oyster garden anchors, both named because of their unique shapes.
Today I built oyster volcanoes. This is a habitat for the oysters. Little baby oysters get to swim along, attach, and grow and thrive.
We built homes for the oysters to live on their oyster reef, right?
Today was a lot of fun. Being able to work with my own kids today and other people of color.
I I have been bragging at work and around my circles that, I am an environmentalist because I have done work to help the environment.
It was so fun. We got to learn a lot about just oyster facts and facts about how they interact with the environment. Everybody was having a good time. We were all smiling. It was a great community event.
I really enjoyed this experience. It was a lot of fun making the oyster volcano thingies that help revive the oysters, and I would definitely love to do this again.
With this habitat restoration project, we hoped that young oysters would start attaching to our structures to build up a new oyster reef. Amazingly, in just 6 months, scientists found that these structures are already providing habitat for more than 10,000 new oysters, plus other marine life like crabs, shrimp, and fish. Because the bay is so good to us, Tampa Bay residents and visitors have a responsibility to protect our estuary's health. In the same way that diversity enriches humanity, biodiversity in the bay is just plain better for everyone.
Environmental preservation is very good for everyone to come along and help and just rebuild all of that good stuff together.
If people of color, Black people, people that don't consider themselves even outdoor people were hesitant about getting into conservation work, I would say try to step out of your comfort zone just one time and try it, because even today there were several people that were self-proclaimed not outdoor people, have never been out in nature, and they were enjoying themselves, laughing, jumped right in, and became a fan of being outdoor immediately. So if you just give it a chance one time, I'm nearly positive you'll enjoy it. Everyone out here had a great time today.
I do see myself as an environmentalist because the seal has been broken, I guess. I've never done anything like this before. Now that I have done it, then it's easier to get on future projects.
It's not just a one race world, it's for everybody. And sometimes I think people of color don't think that they don't fit into something like that just because of history. But I believe that when we do things like this and we have more people come out, it becomes more welcoming and they see that we're doing this, and then it might be more inviting for them to do something like this as well.
The volunteers in this project stepped up, got a little out of their comfort zone, and committed to taking a more active role in conservation. If you're feeling inspired by this project, we're doing it right. Here's what you can do next. First, never stop learning. Wildlife, water quality, stormwater pollution, and habitat restoration are just a few things we covered, but there are so many great things about Tampa Bay that you can keep learning for a lifetime. A great way to do that is through volunteering. You can start by checking out volunteer opportunities with the Tampa Bay Estuary Program. Next, plant native Florida species at home, just like I do, and skip the fertilizer and pesticides. Excess nutrients from fertilizer and the poisons and pesticides have a really detrimental effect on water quality and the wildlife we're all working hard to protect. Native plants require far less maintenance and provide places for wildlife to rest, forage, and reproduce for generations to come. Also, if you live on the water, consider installing a living shoreline instead of a traditional seawall. Living shorelines mimic those natural buffer zones that we talked about earlier. Plus, they attract all kinds of wildlife and native plants to improve the health of your own backyard for you and your family. And finally, get outside. When our love grows for something like our estuary, we're that much more motivated to protect it. Take a walk in your neighborhood park, wade through a seagrass meadow, kayak among the mangroves, or go fishing in the shallows. Whatever you do, start now. And if you can, bring someone with you. We'll see you in the estuary.